And we are just over a month until the first votes are recorded in the Republican presidential primary, and that's going to happen in Iowa. If you believe the polls, so far the question is not if Donald Trump will win, but how much he will win by.
Yeah, take a look at this. More than half of likely caucus goers say they support Trump, and that's according to a Des Moines Register NBC News Mediacom poll. The next closest is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis at just 19%.
But the poll also found plenty of voters could still change their minds. 46% say they could still be persuaded to caucus for a different candidate. 49% say they've already made up their minds. So why have so many Republicans remained loyal to former President Donald Trump? For that answer, we go to Scripps News Deputy Political Director Joe St. George, who is in Iowa tonight at a Trump rally. First, Joe, we've been talking a lot about the political calendar, but the legal calendar for Donald Trump is just as big, and there was some pretty big developments within the past few hours here on that front. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Andrew, this is what the 2024 campaign is going to be. Legal reporters are going to be political reporters from time to time. Political reporters are going to be legal reporters from time to time. As far as January 6th Supreme Court developments, a pretty big one. The Supreme Court agreeing to hear a case out of Pennsylvania involving an individual challenging whether or not the Department of Justice should charge over 300 individuals with obstructing an official proceeding, including former President Trump. Now, agreeing to take up this case doesn't directly impact Jack Smith, special counsel, former President Trump's pending trial on March 4th, but it could potentially delay it, which is the big development today, that if the Supreme Court again takes up this case, as is expected, the trial, guys, could get delayed. That's the development here. As far as why are people supporting the former president, I know this is something that we continue to look at in the polls, up by nearly 30 points in the Real Clear Politics polling averages. I talked to some of the supporters here in Iowa on the ground because we've reached a stage in this campaign where it's important to hear less of us reporters and more of the people who will actually be going to the Iowa caucuses. Take a listen.
What do many in the media get wrong about Mr. Trump and the people of Iowa?
We don't think anything's wrong with Trump. We love Trump.
Even after January 6th, even after the multiple indictments?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
He's been holding these rallies for 8 years, almost a decade now. This is the first one you've come to. Why did you think it was important to be here today?
I've wanted to come before, it's just I haven't had the chance to.
Did you think at any point in this campaign season that you might vote for somebody else, a DeSantis, a Haley?
No.
You were always on Team Trump.
Yep.
What do we in the media get wrong about Mr. Trump's popularity here in Iowa?
It's just that everybody thinks it's just a flyover state and there's no people out here. But we're out here, and our votes do count.
Pledge of Allegiance. Just some of our conversations with voters here in Iowa. Increasingly important, guys, as we approach those caucuses on January 15th.
You know, Joe, I think, and actually, Rafferty, maybe this is something you want to get into as well, because both of you were in Iowa in 2012, and I'll just tee it up. I mean, what we thought would happen did not happen. So, Raf, you can take it from here.
Yeah, Joe, you and I both remember it was 2012. Hard to believe that was more than 10 years ago. Rick Santorum essentially came out of nowhere the days before the caucus and ended up winning. Is there any inclination you get on the ground there that something like that could happen, that there could be a big surprise, or is this Donald Trump all the way?
Well, certainly not at a Trump rally. These people are pretty confident. But I will tell you this. We're not at a giant arena or a field house tonight. This is a pretty intimate gathering of about 1,000 people or so. We're actually in the hotel ballroom of a Hyatt Regency. That's very different from 2015, 2016, when we were talking about playing arenas, if you will, for the former president. That being said, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, they certainly believe that they have a chance. We shall see. 1 month to go, guys.
All right. Scripps News Deputy Political Director Joe St. George, thank you so much from Iowa tonight.